Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I still find that very interesting. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, you guys have been waiting for me to do stuff. Thank you for all the messages, thank you for all the comments, thank you for those who sent me messages on WhatsApp. I appreciate it. I truly hope to be consistent what I said earlier on. And like I mentioned last week, we are starting where we are. Simple, use my phone. I'm going to be sitting in the car till whenever, and I think it's a difference. There's no, let's just be natural in our natural form, ain't no too much glam and all of that. So if you are just here for the first time, on the very first episode I talked about getting married in Lagos in the COVID era, and I touched on it because quite a number of people messaged me. I will leave the link to that in the bio, in the description, so that you can get all the information that you need. But today I'm going to be talking about something very interesting in the sense that it is a subject matter I feel very strongly a lot of us have shied away from, and unfortunately by the time we now visit the subject matter, Kasala has burst. But I'm not alone. Yes, in the COVID era, I know there's somebody here with me. Hello.
Hi.
What's up? I was telling you that one of us has to wear
Yes,
mask.
you have to be COVID compliant.
My mask is here,
yes,
but hey,
but
yeah,
you gotta see how. Look at your skin. Hey, look at your skin. Share your skin routine.
My sister.
That should be another thing on your channel.
Said,
You need to share
skin routine, and I was telling you, if I tell you the things that I usually will not believe, simple honey.
Lovely. Your skin is gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're glowing. I think this is the post-marriage glow as well.
I beg you.
It comes with marriage.
I beg you.
It comes with marriage.
Lies, guys. Okay, so today we're going to touch on
You have to say my name first.
well, I was just even going to say we're going to talk about something, and something that is very special and very dear to both our hearts. And her name is Kaylah. For those of you who do not know her, introduce yourself.
My name is Kaylah Oniwo. I am a media personality. I'm a radio host. I work at Cool FM. I'm a beauty, fashion, and lifestyle blogger. So you can check out my my page, Kaylah Oniwo. Yes, I also have a YouTube channel which I'm going to revive, so you can also subscribe. But I'm also, this is my guy. She's my guy. So we worked together at the same office for a long time till she left us. And yeah, and I'm here on your channel.
Yes, thank you. So we're talking about gynecologists, and we're talking about your first gynecological visit or examination, as the case may be. And why I'm talking about this is because in the months and weeks ahead, both of us will be sharing an experience that is a communal something that happened between two of us, something like that. Yeah. So I had never visited a gynecologist
prior to that time. No,
never visited it. I'll do all
and I like that you're being honest.
No, I'll be very honest. I will do all the other body examinations, full blood work, do all the x-ray, done pap smear, done this, done head scan, but I just never went to see a gynecologist, and I just figured everything was fine. I started my period kind of late, and I mean late because everybody around me had started. I was in SS1 or SS2 or so, and I think I was 15, 16. Meanwhile, everyone around me had started, from GSS2, GSS. We had the very early people, and I never thought anything was wrong, because really nothing was actually wrong. Is DNA, genes, when you start, blah blah blah. So from the moment I started menstruating or seeing my menstrual cycle up until 2020, I had never visited a gynecologist for just routine checkups. Yeah. The only time I visited was to have a pap smear done, and everything was fine, thankfully. And the only reason why I did pap smear is because, just in case you don't know what the crutches are doing there, I'm an amputee, and I lost my right leg to cancer. So the doctor was like, you need to go and check pap smear, blah 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 blah, HPV, something. But that was it. In 2019, somehow my dad called me and says, oh, do you have a gynecologist? I'm like, no. Why do you think I need a gynecologist? And he said, no, that there's this book here, and he just realizes that they never took me to a gynecologist. I'm like, interesting thing is that I have been speaking to someone else about going to see a gynecologist for a routine checkup, and he said, okay, please make sure you do. I didn't. until the Kasala now boss, which we'll be talking about some other time.
Yes.
But I think that from my own experience, I believe very strongly that yes, my parents did as far as they could, but I think they could have done a little more. Okay. And what do I mean by that? Now I'm, knowledgeable to the point that if you have a daughter and she starts to menstruate, I believe that one of the first gifts that you give to her is go see a gynecologist. Yes, you would explain to her what it means to menstruate, what it is to see her menstrual cycle, but the truth is there's something that the doctor will do and say to you and how it will affect your psyche that nobody else can do. And I believe very strongly that if you start your daughters from the ages of 10, 9 for some people, 11, 12, and start to expose them to the world of a gynecologist, when they start getting older, they make it as part of their routine. Right. They check it every single year. Right. And the truth is, don't bring Christianese near me, please. Let's be very careful. I'm not saying that if you go and check, you see something. The truth is, so what if you did not see anything and everything is fine? And it's very necessary. So that is my own experience with gynecologist, having my own feminine everything checked, which never happened to me. But how about you?
For me, same thing, sort of like the same thing that happened with you. So it wasn't a thing where my parents or my mom said, oh, okay, this is the time for you to see your gynecologist. I was actually dating when I went to see. I was a full-blown adult. I was dating my boyfriend at the time, and I think that I thought I was pregnant. Oh. Yeah, I thought I was pregnant, and I said, oh, let me go check. But before that, I was doing just a normal checkup, like you said. You check your blood pressure, check your sugar level, the things that I would just do. I've been very aware of my body since I was a child. I mean, credit to my mom. She was very she used to discuss our bodies. So if there's anything that moves, I know. So that's why, thankfully, and I thank God that I don't think I'll ever find myself in a situation whereby anything will be alarming, like, oh, why didn't you speak up on time? Because even as much as they spot difference, yes, and I have I've saved myself. I used to have a growth at the back of my thigh at one point. It's gone now, you know. Wow. So when we both went to see the gynecologist, and we went together. This guy was very involved in my in my life in that aspect. Yeah. So we used to go together to do checkups. So that was my first experience. I was probably in my 20s. Wow. Yeah, early 20s, and no, not early, maybe mid 20s. Okay. And we went to see him, and he checked my body and said everything was good. Fine. Yes.
Oh wow. From that moment, did you make it a routine, or did you take a break?
I did. I took a break, but I started making it a routine, I think, about 2 years later. Okay. I would just go and see what is going on with me, and everything is fine. And then I took another break before I now discovered what I discovered, because the 2020 drama.
Oh wow. Yeah. How long from your last visit?
It was about 2 years.
Oh, just a 2 year window.
Just a 2 year window.
Ah, the gist is sweet.
That's it. Just a 2 year window. So. Oh wow. But I wasn't really alarmed. Because I had already had that experience that I had with my first experience with the gynae, so I wasn't really alarmed at what was told, what he told me at the time. We'll tell you the details when we're ready. But,
wow.
But it is definitely very important, and I thank God, because we're in the media as well. That also helped, because I used to, would have the Eloy team. Shout outs to Tewa Onasanya. She did a lot of she created a lot of awareness on cervical cancer. So and that was why I knew. That's why I knew about pap smear. I didn't even know what the hell that thing was until they were coming on my radio show, and they had like different. There was another organization I can't remember that I also worked with that we did. So that was where I even did my pap smear thing. There's another one that I usually host. It's a cancer thing as well. This on the spot. But so many people also made me realize that it's important as women for us to constantly check ourselves, because what's the main thing they tell you about cancer? Early detection is what's key. Very key. So you wouldn't detect anything if you're not checking. Yeah. And that's why some people find out when it has metastasized.
Need to go that word.
That word there. It's metastasis. Help us. But you know what?
Yes. Metastasis.
Yes. When it has gotten to the part where it's spread, and the chances of it getting for you to the remedy is very minimal, very low. But if you detect early, and then also when I was a teenager, one of my friends as well, she had breast cancer.
Oh wow.
And we were able to detect it early as well. Shout out to Daniela. And that was my first experience with breast cancer. So she was able to take it out even before anything went on. Yeah, she had a lump. Yeah. Oh, that one. I will give credit to my parents. Like my mom, I knew about lying down, checking my breast. I knew all that. I knew all that.
Your mom is a Jew.
Yes, I wouldn't even. I'll give her that credit. Like she'd be like, oh, check. Even as not even when I was a teenager, even as a young, what do you say, when you're like 12, 11, 10, when she started talking, pre-teenage, when she was talking about menstruation and boys, she talked even discharge.
Wow.
The change of, when you should start seeing discharge. Like, I remember my mom coming and saying, let me see your underwear. Like, she will see, okay, there's this, like, if you notice any change, if there's any change in your body, you have to tell her.
Oh, wow.
What happened? Did anybody touch you was a thing in my home.
Ha!
Yeah, it was a thing in my home. Especially when we started, because most and I don't want us to deviate from the topic, but most what's it called? Is it not domestic violence? What's that thing? Rape or assault? Yeah. Abuse.
Always starts
from that. Having your house help in the house, in the school, in school too. Your teachers, headmasters. Yeah. I had some of my headmasters come to me, even in
lesson
secondary
teacher,
school. Lesson teacher, driver,
neighbor, cousin, sibling.
And I was that girl that was always with boys. Oh. My mom had so many brothers, so I'm extremely comfortable around the opposite sex since I was very young. In fact, my mom was very scared because she had so many brothers and their friends would come and they'll be looking for Kaylah and I'm in the midst of them. But I was very lucky that none of them abused me. No. There was even a time my mother had to stop me. And I said, nobody is doing anything. So she said, okay, but just so, let's not even give them the window to think about it. So I don't want to see you alone with any of your uncle's friends.
Wow, huge shout out to your mom. And I'm saying this, that's why I called my mom out earlier. I don't have any memories of my mom or my dad talking to me about sex until I turned 18. Ooh. And the drama was plenty because when I turned 18, boyfriend entered the house through the window. And it was a different conversation altogether. And there I was looking at them and saying, you guys never spoke to me about sex,
so why are you now yelling? What's the problem?
I'm completely lost. And I feel like if they expose us to sex education early enough, then having conversations about your body becomes easier. Because my mom never talked to me about checking. My mom never talked to me, and those are the things that make you a female. And that's why visiting a gynecologist doesn't just include your vagina.
No, it's everything.
Every single thing.
Indeed.
So I feel like a lot could have been avoided, a lot could have been prevented if we had this conversation
earlier, way
early. So shout out to parents who are knowledgeable, because the truth is not a lot of parents that do it. Some of them do not just have the knowledge, and some of them don't know how to have these conversations. The children that we are having and the children that
they're lucky. You
are telling them and you're allowing your children independence. Go and hug Auntie Kaylah. I don't feel like hugging Auntie Kaylah. You leave the child alone. And that also exposes you to teaching your children about their body parts with the real names.
No, that's one thing. There were no nicknames.
Vagina.
No, there were no nicknames. So what happened? Like your breast, no, there was no. We don't need to even preach about having to tell children nowadays. They are so sharp. They would even tell you before you even tell them.
Don't touch me. I touched my friend's daughter's shoulder, trying to adjust her. She just when her mom looked, I said, you're doing an amazing job. I said, I could tell that she registered her displeasure that I touched her back. And her mom, you could see the smile on her face that, hey, all my talking has not wasted. It just waited. It had to happen by one test, and then this happened. Why I decided that we should talk about this particular subject matter is because, again, if you're just watching somehow around this place, it's very necessary for us to have this subject matter about the female body. And we're talking about we're not holding brief for the guys. So if a man is watching and thinks that men should also have this conversation, by all means, please go out and educate people and inform people. But this is a conversation about women and the woman's body. More specifically because of our experiences in 2020,
which is just
exactly, and we're going to talk about and we're going to be sharing in the weeks and the months to come. So I'm really hoping that if you are a woman and you have gotten to the menstrual cycle age, you have started to menstruate, you have started to see blood, and you haven't paid a visit to your gynecologist, this is your conscience speaking, please go. Don't buy that new phone, don't buy that new outfit.
Invest in your
just
body,
invest in your body and get a doctor to check you.
Yes.
I mentioned Christianese earlier because I had a conversation with someone on WhatsApp, and the person had mentioned to me that when you keep looking for stuff, you would see it. And I told him that, look, the truth, and we were very honest. I said the people who teach you not to check are people who would yearly travel and have every single member of their family check. That the African person loses a lot of family members due to avoidable deaths.
Yes, negligence, just not being informed.
Negligence.
Little things. Even let's not bring Christianity to fight here.
No, I didn't want
so let's not do it. Yeah.
So I'm hoping for whatever it is worth that if you've, I would like to know actually when the first time you visited a gynecologist. I'm being specific, not just a general practitioner, a gynecologist. At what age were you, and why did you go? And I'm hoping for women who are of marriageable age. You don't wait till you're pregnant and now find they need I'm pregnant, I can't find my menses, so it's missing. Let's go to the doctor. We need to educate ourselves. At the government hospitals, it is very, very, very affordable.
And the good doctors are at the government hospitals. Let me tell you something.
And I'm speaking from experience.
Same. The great doctors are there. You don't have to be in a private hospital to get the best healthcare. I know that healthcare is a big thing here. It's not so great.
Do you know how much insurance is? The insurance I was checking, there's minimum, but babe, the one insurance I said, please, how many people can afford this thing?
So the insurance costs
a whole lot. We know that there are packages, and we encourage people to start from the minimum you can afford.
Absolutely. Because
paying out of pocket is not something you can sustain. Ask us Habari. So her name is Kaylah.
I had a great time. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. In the car.
And listen,
not every time glam. So you
let me not get into my fashion mode, but yes.
So please drop your comments. I'd really like to know, what age you were the first time you visited a gynecologist, and if you have never seen a gynecologist, why have you stayed away from seeing a gynecologist? I just want to know. This is a no judgment zone. Zero
judgment.
And if you need referrals, I can only know from your comments, and then for people who can link up with me on all social media platforms, I'll be dropping the link in the description box. Is that not what they call it?
Subscribe to her YouTube channel.
Yay!
Yes, subscribe to her YouTube channel. Also turn on notifications so that you know when she drops a new video. You can also share this video as many times as you can, and please comment so that she can come with more and more. Look, we have, well, I'm saying we because I have a channel, but she has a lot to offer on this channel. Whenever you leave, you'll be like, oh yeah, I've learned something new. So please,
that's the whole essence.
Yes.
Thank you. Remember to put a thumbs up. Thank you, Kaylah, for coming.
And stay safe, guys. COVID is still out there. Wash your hands. See, she has a mask. My bag is in here.
It's because of recording.
All the time we're together, the mask was on. So
thanks,
there
guys.
You go. Bye.
Bye.